The entire village stayed inside as the strongest snowstorm in years covered the mountains, but one little girl walked into the storm because someone she loved was still missing. With only her loyal dog beside her, Emily entered a deadly blizzard to find a lost lamb. But the storm would test their courage, friendship, and the promise that they would never leave each other behind. 12-year-old Emily lived in a small mountain village where winter arrived with breathtaking beauty and dangerous storms. She spent most of her days helping her father take care of their sheep, but one animal was more special than all the others. A small white lamb named Snow. Emily had cared for Snow since he was born. She fed him when he was weak, carried him when he was tired, and watched him grow into a playful little friend. Wherever Emily went, Snow followed her, while her loyal Border Collie, Max, stayed close beside them. To Emily, they were not just animals. They were family. One afternoon, dark clouds suddenly covered the mountains. The peaceful snow began turning into a powerful storm. Emily and her father rushed the sheep back to the barn before the wind became too strong. When they counted the flock, her father froze. One lamb was missing. Snow. Emily looked outside the window and saw nothing but a wall of white snow and powerful winds. Her father shook his head and told her the storm was too dangerous. "No one can go out there now," he said. But Emily could only think about Snow, alone somewhere in the freezing mountains. Before anyone could stop her, Emily put on her winter coat, grabbed a lantern, and called Max. The loyal dog immediately stood beside her. Together, they stepped into the storm. The wind was so strong that Emily could barely see a few steps ahead. Snow covered the path they knew so well. Several times, Emily slipped and wanted to turn back. But Max continued walking. The dog searched through the snow, following the faint scent of the missing lamb. Whenever Emily became tired, Max returned to her side, making sure she was still there. Hours passed. The storm grew stronger. Emily's hands became cold, and fear started filling her heart. "What if we cannot find him?" she whispered. Max looked at her, then continued forward. The dog refused to give up. Then, in the middle of the roaring wind, Max suddenly stopped. He heard something. A weak sound beneath the snow. Emily followed him and discovered Snow trapped near a rocky area, covered by the heavy snow. Without thinking about herself, she began digging with her frozen hands. Max scratched the snow beside her, helping as much as he could. Together, they freed the little lamb. But their journey home became even harder. The storm had erased every path back to the village. The lantern went out, and Emily realized they were lost. She held Snow close to keep him warm while Max stayed beside them. As the night became colder, Emily grew weaker. She hugged Snow and closed her eyes, hoping someone would find them. Max moved closer. The loyal dog curled around Emily and Snow, using his body to protect them from the freezing wind. He stayed awake through the long night, refusing to leave the two friends he loved. The next morning, villagers searching for them finally heard Max barking in the distance. They followed the sound and found Emily, Snow, and Max safe together beneath the snow. Everyone cried when they saw what the dog had done. Emily survived because Max never abandoned her. Snow survived because Emily never gave up on him. From that day on, the village remembered their story as a reminder that true friendship is not measured by words, but by the courage to stay when everything becomes difficult. Years later, Emily still walked across the snowy fields with Max beside her. The dog had grown older, but his loyalty never changed. Every winter, when the first snowflakes touched the mountains, Emily would remember the night when a small lamb, a brave girl, and a loyal dog faced the strongest storm they had ever known. She realized that sometimes the greatest heroes are not the strongest or the biggest. Sometimes they are the ones who quietly stay beside us when we are afraid, tired, and ready to give up. Because Max did not save Emily with strength alone. He saved her with loyalty. And Emily saved Snow with love. Because some friendships are not broken by distance, time, or even the strongest storm. Emily and Max continued to remind everyone that even the smallest act of kindness can create a bond that lasts forever. Their story remained a symbol of hope, proving that love and loyalty overcome any storm life brings. True friendship means staying beside someone during the hardest moments. A loyal heart and a caring soul can give hope even in the darkest times. If you were Emily, would you risk everything to save a friend who was waiting for you in the middle of a dangerous storm?